Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, Living in Denver, Colorado. Today we are going to cover a super popular area. We have all heard about it, Denver Tech Center. Most of the time you hear what it's like to work here or what type of work is here. But we never talk about what it feels like, it looks like to live here. So today we're going to dive right into it. Stay tuned.
All right, guys, we are the Mile High Property Brothers, Eli Schmidt and my partner, Will Grimes. If it's your first time coming to the channel, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Sounds just like that, ding, to let you know anytime we upload a video, which is about twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And on this channel, we cover everything there is to know about living and working in and around the Denver metro area.
Absolutely. If you guys have any questions specifically for us in regards to real estate, just as much as we love making these videos, we love helping you with your real estate needs. We are licensed brokers. So if there's that number that's popping up right now, throw that a text message, throw a phone call. We are the ones that respond. We are the ones that answer. So looking forward to meeting you guys in the future and helping you out. But with that being said, we're going to get right into it with what it feels or looks like to live in Denver Tech Center, which is other known as Inglewood. Parts of Inglewood.
Greenwood Village.
Excuse me, Greenwood Village.
All right, so getting into it, guys, like Will just said, we are in Greenwood Village, but specifically we're talking about the Denver Tech Center. Now, what is DTC or the Denver Tech Center? So it's this little hub in Greenwood Village, right around I-25. And we kind of like to think of it as like the little cousin to downtown Denver, because you have a lot of industries here, a lot of commercial buildings, a lot of commerce that happens right here in this area.
Correct.
But in addition to that, it's also a very popular place for the folks who work here.
Cherry Creek High School.
Mm-hmm.
Cherry Creek High School.
Yep.
It is.
All Cherry Creek schools?
Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But Cherry Creek High School is super famous. A lot of older neighborhoods here, but no one's ever talked about it, so we like getting into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start off with the homes.
Yep.
So, Will just mentioned it is, there are a lot of older neighborhoods, and yes, DTC, aka Greenwood Village, does have a lot of mature neighborhoods. Mature by like 1970s to the 2000s is when most of the growth happened.
And I like to call them established. They're still somewhat higher up on the price point due to location. But when I say established, we talk about older homes. A lot of them are brick, but they've been completely remodeled. A lot of them, not all of them, but as far as foundation and yard and landscaping and just how established the area is, phenomenal. You're not going to see a lot of traction around here because there's not that many people that choose to leave this area once they live here. So as far as like heat maps and what sells a lot in Colorado, it's going to look like this area doesn't have a lot of traction. It does. When something goes on the market here, it's gone. It's just that few and far between compared to some other areas. It's rarely available compared to that scale.
And whenever we get a client that's moving here and they're wanting to stay close to the activity, close to work, close to I-25, but they're looking for some land, the first thing that we recommend is, hey, let's check out Greenwood Village, let's check out DTC, because it's one of the few areas where you can find a property, but back in the 70s and 80s, people still wanted a good plot of land, so you're gonna find those out here.
Not acres or anything like that. You do have some ranches, you do have some acres, but when we talk about land, we talk about just significantly more large yards compared to a lot of your Southeast Aurora and some other areas are doing a lot of new builds, and your yard is about
Fraction.
That big to scale on camera.
Times,
Wide lens GoPro to scale, probably this big. A lot bigger yards, a lot more significant. Trees are huge. Privacy is nice in your backyard. You still have 6-foot wood fences, not these 3-foot picket fences or what they call fences nowadays. I know we talk about that in Southeast Aurora. And Highlands Ranch in some areas where they're very small and it's hard to have a dog. Out here, these 6-foot fences are still something that they use, which personally I love.
Yep. Now, what can you expect if you're going to be living in DTC? I would say definitely more fast-paced type of lifestyle, again, because it is very commerce-based. A lot of people are living here for the work. And what does that mean? That means a lot of networking. So you get a lot of really nice restaurants. We have Del Frisco's here. We have Shanahan's.
That's a Double Eagle restaurant.
it is a double eagle
Like
restaurant.
my golf game.
Yeah, right.
Had to throw that in there. It's definitely not.
You've got Shanahan's. You've got one of our favorite places to go with some friends called Ambly. A great brunch spot called Urban Egg, and then my favorite, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
There we go. I have such a hard time with that.
You're so good at Reservoir that you can't say people's names.
It's a list. That's what
Definitely a little bit high paced. However, when you get tucked into these neighborhoods and the lot sizes being bigger, like you can definitely still have enough peace and quiet. Yeah. And the way they've structured these neighborhoods, and like for example, you're probably seeing it right now. We've got some parks that are immediately available around these neighborhoods. So even though DTC is like right in the heart of it, the way they've structured these neighborhoods just around, it's quiet, it's still somewhat tucked away. The huge trees and the private fences definitely still make you feel like you're in an area where you can actually relax and shut down for the night, even though work might be a block away.
What comes along with a lot of commerce and kind of a work-focused living area is a lot of traffic. So not just on the highway, right, which we all know highways get traffic during rush hour, but the exit. So Bellevue, Orchard, what else do we have? Dry Creek, 225,
Arapahoe
Hamden,
Road,
Arapahoe.
County Line.
All of those right around rush hours in the morning and the evening, those side roads do get really slammed because you got a lot of people exiting, a lot of people entering the highway.
You do, and understand that even if you live in Denver Tech Center area or you work in Denver Tech Center area, there's going to be a lot around it because Denver Tech Center location-wise is south of downtown Denver, but you've got people that live in Lone Tree or Parker that are going to be crossing through Denver Tech Center on their way to Denver or other locations depending on where they work. So there's still some major access points that go right through the heart of Denver Tech Center. Something to be cognizant of, even if you live here and work here and you're not worried about the commute. If you're venturing out for some grocery stores or for a night on the town, you're still going to have to combat some of that traffic.
Yeah. Now, what if you don't want a single-family home on a large piece of land, right? Like a lot of people do out here. You've got so many apartments out here, which you don't have a ton of apartments in every area of Colorado. So straight-up apartments for rent, as well as condos. One of our favorite spots to go is this restaurant called Jing, and it's in this shopping center called Landmark. You've got a really good sushi restaurant called Hapa. You've got a Ted's Montana Grill, a Bad Daddy's Burger, along with one of the most popular condo developments in all of Colorado, which we'll show you a clip of. Really, really high-end, upscale. So, I mean, DTC really has it all. If you're a renter, all the way up to a $13 million horse ranch.
Yeah, and again, we it's a little redundant, but we talk about this a lot of the time. No matter where you're at in the state of Colorado, Denver metro area, you tend to have a lot of great self-sufficient areas. So even though you're in the heart of DTC and it's a more fast-paced area, you have a lot of parks. You have great school districts, Cherry Creek High School that I've been mentioning. On top of that, the parks and just the areas you can go with your dog or for a walk or for a jog. Colorado is very outdoor, very pro-outdoor. Yeah. So it's amazing how, we're not in Highlands Ranch, we're not in North Nevada, we're not in Southeast Aurora, but you still have some great suburban areas with parks and just some outdoor recreation that you guys can find yourself doing without having to venture out of your bubble here and combating some of that traffic if you like those things on the daily. As far as grocery stores, we're getting redundant with that too. You've got your Whole Foods and your natural grocers and King Soopers. Great. Before we let you guys go, median average house price
$830,000, one of the higher ones that we've hit.
All the way up to
I mean, man,
6 million, 9 million.
Yeah,
there's a lot of like gated communities that have some huge properties and some phenomenal homes. A little fun to look at if you guys ever get that time, but definitely a big gap there. But your median is going to be right around those 800s.
Yep, absolutely. So we're going to go and get some more footage of the neighborhood, get some drone footage, stuff like that.
Jing.
Get some sushi from Jing. Yeah, definitely. If you're in the area, go to Landmark. When they allow it again, you can go to Comedy Works right there, watch Joe Rogan do a stand-up, and then go across the street to Jing. It's a good spot to entertain.
Great spot. Hopefully you guys found value in this video. If you guys have any questions specifically, again, please reach out to us for any of your real estate needs. That number below, we do answer those text messages, we do answer those phone calls. It is us getting all of those. Go ahead and like it if you like it. Click subscribe. If you guys find value in this, or for anyone else, please pass it along. Again, we'd love to help you guys just as much or more than we love making these videos.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Later.